Hey, what's up guys, this is Marcelif here, and I'm back with another Kane's Wrath commentary. Today we have KiMOsaBE playing as the yellow GDI, and Unleashed UA playing as the purple Blackhand. The map is Tournament Dust Bowl, and first of all, apologies for not bringing any videos for the last 2 or so weeks. It's mainly for 2 reasons actually. The first one is there hasn't been many replays on the system, the replay system, worth VODing. And also I've been kind of busy with my own life. Some other news is GameSpy, the service that runs all the online multiplayer games that EA has, specifically the RTS genre. So games like Command & Conquer 3, Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath, Generals, well, that service is going down, I'm afraid. GameSpy is going down. Anyways, I'll go back to this in a moment. We have Unleashed UA going for 1 spike. And we have KiMOsaBE also going for his spike. So both players somehow predicting each other's actions, although Unleashed did send an engineer there. Unfortunately for him, he's probably going to get it taken out. But no, he actually went for a secret shrine. So he will have that Black Disciple upgrade and he will clear those garrisonable structures. But will he get this engineer? I don't think so. No, that engineer barely manages to escape, but this Rifleman squad may come around and kill that engineer. Just needs to get a few shots off the engineer, but unfortunately that Blackhand squad is too powerful. Easily overwhelms that single Rifleman squad. So, GameSpy. It's a shame that it has to come down to this, but in the coming month, I'd expect to see Kane's Wrath go offline, the multiplayer component of it, which is terribly unfortunate. So, yeah. But we can always look forward to the new game, Generals 2, or as it's known as these days, Command & Conquer, free to play. KiMOsaBE managing to save that Rifleman squad. Probably should send it towards Unleashed Space, because I'm pretty sure he is not scouted there yet. But he's for some reason going back. Perhaps he's trying to snipe that engineer, but not quite getting it. KiMOsaBE sending an APC with Rifleman squads in it, probably to take out some of these Cabal squads, Confessed Cabal squads, because they are quite annoying with the upgrade. Those Disciples have a metric ton of hit points, and even these APCs can be overwhelmed by like 2 or 3 squads, which is completely ridiculous if you ask me. So KiMOsaBE is going to be expanding with his MCV. He's got a pretty nice economy set up here. 4 harvesters on 2 refineries. He's going for pit bulls. That APC easily cleaning out those Confessed Cabals. Unfortunately, he won't have anything on this garrisonable structure here. So he's going to have to retreat and get a few pit bulls, which he has there, to possibly take it out. But maybe he's trying to keep these pit bulls a secret, so Unleashed UA doesn't see them coming. Although Unleashed UA probably does have an idea of what KiMOsaBE is going for. He's going for bikes of his own, so both sides trying to do some early harassment. Well, not early harassment, we're approaching the mid-game right now. But he does have 4 bikes, probably could go up here and snipe a harvester, although KiMOsaBE has got some suspicions. His game sense is telling him, hey, Unleashed UA is probably going to flank me with bikes any moment here, and he is. He's got some bikes here. He's going to snipe these pit bulls down. Gets 1 bike of his own. Where is KiMOsaBE's pit bulls? Are they going to be harassing Unleashed? He could take out this MCV, or at least damage it. Critically damage it, at least. Those power plants, he could sell those, because that's a really cheap trick of Blackhand to get themselves out of any situation. Just sell a couple power plants and you'll be good to go. Pit bulls will take a swipe at this harvester. It's critically damaged and it will get destroyed. So KiMOsaBE got a heads up there with the harvester going down. Probably should not target this harvester here. It's pointless. You should have gotten out of there sooner and saved those pit bulls. But anyhow, they will get another free kill there. A bike. So I'd say 3 pit bulls for a harvester and a bike is definitely worth it. Pays off for KiMOsaBE, and KiMOsaBE is going to follow this up with a command post. Still got 1 war factory, Looks like he's going to be training a harvester or something. That's building way too slow to be anything else. So I'm going to assume that this is a harvester. I think he's going for an airfield. So expect to see hammerheads. Hammerheads pretty good against Blackhand because if Blackhand's pushing infantry and bikes, then the hammerheads would be a great counter to both of those units. But he has to watch out for these rockets because they are extremely powerful. They themselves can hard counter aircraft such as hammerheads. Unleashed your way. What's he going for now? He's just placing his refinery there, so he's pretty behind on eco, but he does have both the Tiberium spikes, so that will accumulate some money for him in the long run. Sending some rocket squads through the middle of the map. It's good map for infantry as they can just garrison these structures here. If they do come across enemy units such as the Shadowers, they can just take refuge inside of these structures and shoot it from a far distance. I think they get a range buff as well. Although quote me if I'm wrong, because sometimes these structures don't give the bonus. Anyways, KiMOsaBE going to be moving his MCV. Unleashed Your Way still hasn't dropped his second ref at his expansion here, so he is incredibly behind on eco. I'm curious to know what the eco is going to be like for both of these players at the end. Anyways, those bikes coming through. Will he be able to take out a harvester? I would ignore the pit bulls and just go straight for the harvesters. This is exactly what Dirty Dutch likes to do as well. He's an extremely successful player when it comes to killing bikes, harvesters with bikes. And will he get two harvesters here? Of course, the bikes can shoot over the refinery at the back, so Unleashed Your Way abusing that tactic and manages to score another harvester. So two harvesters down for KiMOsaBE. Unleashed Your Way managing to even the odds out there. But however, KiMOsaBE going for the second expansion field here. Going to be dropping down at barracks to capture this Tiberium spike. That's a nice form of harassment, since Unleashed Your Way is going to be making a lot of cash from those, and he's going to capture that now. Infantry squads for Unleashed. Unleashed really pushing these small squads of infantry, but it's just going to get completely decimated by these hammerheads. Look how many hammerheads there are here. Blimey, that's so many hammerheads. I'd say I reckon about 10 or so hammerheads there. Those infantry are going to have nothing on those hammerheads. But does he have AP ammo? That's the question. No, he does not have AP ammo. What is up with that, KiMOsaBE? Still, nonetheless, these hammerheads will be enough to take out that rockets and those rockets here. You'd think that AP ammo would be the top priority against Blackhand. But actually, no, wait, he does have it now. Yes, there we go. We've got AP ammo, finally. And that harvester is going to get taken out. Unleashed Your Way going to be losing a harvester there, but this is the same. At the same time, KiMOsaBE is going to lose his construction yard unless these hammerheads can come in to save the day. Those flame troopers are not in the range of the MCV, so that MCV likely not going to go down. The hammerheads have been upgraded with AP ammo, and they will just shred these infantry down to nothing really. And there goes down all the infantry. That attack didn't really pay off for Unleashed, although he does know about the hammerheads now. And he will hard counter them with Mantis, I should say. Mantis are actually pretty good against aircraft. They do have that pre-fire delay, which can cost you a few of them, but still, they are pretty good against infantry. They have no ground attack after all. So, what is KiMOsaBE going to be doing with these hammerheads? I should definitely think he would defend off against these rockets. And that Shadow getting a nice shot off there, lining up all the infantry. Unleashed should definitely spread out his infantry a bit better there. And that Mantis does come in, but snipes it down immediately with a hammerhead. See, those hammerheads just completely overwhelming that one Mantis. But if he had 2 or 3 of them there, then it would have been a massive mistake for KiMOsaBE to engage. Rockets garrisoned within this garrisonable structure. He probably could have put them in that one there, since this one's already damaged. And that Mantis. He's only got one of them. I'd suggest he get more. Oh yes, he does. He's got them on a rally point there. Unleashed Your Way. Has he got an expansion just yet? No, he hasn't. Unleashed Your Way non-stop with the aggression here. and snipes 2 to 3 hammerheads. Ouch, that's gotta hurt, and a lot of them are critically damaged. KiMOsaBE should definitely select these 2 and send them to the airfield. Requires a little bit of micro, but it does pay off for you. Every unit does count in the game, especially if you're playing Blackhand, since they can replace their units much faster than you can replace yours. And it looks like KiMOsaBE is going to drop a second ref any moment, and there it is. Placing his ref a bit close to one another. Unleashed, you're going to be seeing this and like, oh yes, I know exactly what to do now. He's going to go for the 1-clicks. I would not be surprised if he goes for a catalyst missile. But it doesn't look like he has a TIB chem plant just yet. I mean, for multiple reasons he should go for the TIB chem plant, because also he can use the seed Tiberium, and that will allow him to stay in the game a little bit longer. He should definitely be moving his MCV into the fray. But speaking of that, which he already has done so, going for an MCV spam. I think that's kind of risky since you're already out of Tiberium. I mean, if you do realize if he's out of Tiberium, then he won't have enough funds to build obelisks, which is I guess he's going to be doing. Where are the hammerheads? The hammerheads are here. Not many hammerheads. Sorry, not a lot of the hammerheads. You must have gotten them repaired, so that's nice work. Going to take out that tip spike, or not quite taking out the tip spike, KiMOsaBE. You should definitely go back and take out that tip spike. Hammerheads are going to be recalled to this Tiberium field because they need to defend off against this MCV. Unleashed UI, I reckon, should be making SAM turrets. Where are the Juggernauts for KiMOsaBE? KiMOsaBE desperately needs Juggernauts now to defend off against this base crawl by Unleashed. Unleashed UA has also got another MCV expanded there. Should be building refs at top priority. And that the Juggernaut is out for KiMOsaBE, so KiMOsaBE will be able to take out those base defenses. And Unleashed UA needing all the cash you can get, not allowing that Juggernaut to destroy them. Unleashed UA should be placing his second ref any moment. It looks like he's stalled for cash, well, not quite actually. How much cash does he have? I can't imagine him having a lot of money after going 3 MCVs on no Tiberium, which is crazy if you ask me. KiMOsaBE, what are you going for now? A Marv, really? Well, I suppose you do have the funds to go for a Marv. Funnily enough, selling off both your refineries there, why did you do that? Seriously, you had a Juggernaut, you had Hammerheads, there was no reason to forfeit this field here. I don't think that was worth it, KiMOsaBE. And Unleashed UA, long distance harvesting. Should definitely be placing a ref down. I mean, he could sell the tier 3. Blackhand don't really need their tech, to be perfectly honest, unless if he's got the TIB core upgrade, which he does. Yes, exactly. See, he's got the TIB core. He could sell that off immediately and go for attack bikes or Mantis, because TIB core Mantis would just demolish those hammerheads. And the Juggernaut is shelling this MCV. I'm not sure if Unleashed would want to save this MCV. Perhaps he's thinking on going for an obelisk spam. He does have double ref here, which is bad news for KiMOsaBE. KiMOsaBE allowing Unleashed to come back from this. But I don't think Unleashed is going to lose this MCV since he has, I think, fenced it. While the fence may not be visible. So, it looks like there was a heroic rocket squad in that hammerhead, but jeez, these TIB core base defenses are so powerful. Basically, once you've got those, then your aircraft are useless. I'd only use them for defense. Unleashed UA must have placed a structure and then immediately sold his MCV. What's he going for now? He did retain his tech lab, so perhaps he's thinking I'm going for a Redeemer. Or maybe mass infantry. Mass infantry is probably the best bet now, because he's up against a Marv, and he's also up against hammerheads. And hammerheads, they're not in great numbers. Those hammerheads would not last that long against an infantry spam like this, in my honest opinion. As long as he sells a couple of barracks and shredder turrets to grant the rocket squads an aura with the Cabals, which makes them such uber powerful infantry. That is how Blackhand are so infamous, because of their infantry spam. It's just OP, really. 6 hammerheads are out for KiMOsaBE. As I was saying, he should definitely be using those to defend off against this infantry. Unleashed UA could push with these infantry forces now. He does have an excellent economy set up here. KiMOsaBE has recaptured the spike, of course, that we saw that a long time ago. Tech Lab still up for KiMOsaBE. Maybe he could go for some sniper teams or something, like, or maybe a shockwave artillery, because he definitely needs EMP to disable the Redeemer, which will be out on the field any moment. Marv is coming in with ample anti-infantry here. As long as that Marv goes in and cleans up the base defenses, then those hammerheads are free to roam and destroy everything here. But I do reckon that the hammerheads are needed back at base so he can destroy these infantry. And Unleashed UA wants to pay close attention to these cabals. He does not want to lose those, because as soon as they disappear, then the infantry will lose half their rate of fire. Marv is coming in though, and it looks like we're going to have a miniature base race here. KiMOsaBE, it looks like he's going to lose this base here. He's definitely got less structures, dropping a 3rd refinery. He has definitely got a lot of harvesters, so if it does come down to infantry in his base, then he could always use the harvesters to mop it up. Unleashed UA, has he got... He must have... His Redeemer must have been cancelled because... Oh no, sorry. His Redeemer is out. And he's going for infantry. I would definitely go for EMP buggies. I don't know if he researched the upgrade, but if he has done, then I'd strongly recommend he goes for those. And bloody hell, look at these hammerheads destroying everything here. A lot of them are veteran. Some maybe even elite. Let me just turn the health bars on for a second. Just 2 hammerheads are... 3 hammerheads have actually received promotions. So KiMOsaBE would love seeing that. The Marv is going to destroy this harvester here, and it is not promoted just yet. KiMOsaBE should definitely go for the shockwave, or what do you call it, the space command uplink. I reckon that would be the best way to end the game here. If you can trap that Redeemer and also shell it with juggernauts. I'm pretty sure he has a juggernaut, or maybe they were destroyed, of course. He needs to rebuild some juggernauts. He's got one here, probably going for more, because that Redeemer is pretty much the brute force of that army. I mean, when you're playing against Blackhand, you don't see the units surrounding the Redeemer. You just see the Redeemer. The Redeemer is the only unit you perceive to be deadly in the army. Everything else is just blurry around it. Thankfully though, the Redeemer does not grant any bonuses to infantry, which is a good thing. And there we go. Shockwave artillery. This could be devastating for Unleashed, and it nails the infantry and also gets the Redeemer. This Marv could come in right now and destroy everything, even using the orbital strike as well, which I think was a kind of a waste of money for KiMOsaBE, but still, nonetheless, it's a nice fireworks display. And will he get this Redeemer? No, I don't think so. The Redeemer's going to be allowed to escape. And I don't know where those typical bikes came from, but they definitely saved some of the infantry from going down as fast as they probably would have done. APC is going to be flanking into Unleashed base. Of course, AP ammo is pretty OP. It's known to be OP ammo by the Kane's Wrath Elite. And the Redeemer here, it's pretty critically damaged almost. It does have that Saboteur inside of it to grant some healing. This Marv though is a pretty big problem for Unleashed. But KiMOsaBE is mainly relying on this Marv here. He is going for infantry. I mean, infantry against Blackhand? Are you serious? Just go for a couple shredder turrets and that will just waste those infantry squads in the nick of time. KiMOsaBE's Tiberium situation is not looking too good either. Pretty dire actually. He should move his MCV back to this base, or probably long distance mine is probably better, because he needs to keep his radar up so he can see everything what's going on. Quite important actually at this stage of the game to have your radar in check. And the Redeemer has received some repairs. Looks like Unleashed UA was able to reclaim a Juggernaut of KiMOsaBE for his own. 4 Hammerheads are out for KiMOsaBE. That's pretty much his primary anti-infantry. Juggernauts can suppress the infantry as well. And oh no, that infantry force of KiMOsaBE is going to take out the Juggernauts, which is terrible. 2 Juggernauts go down. That Rage Generator definitely caused a massive amount of damage to KiMOsaBE. And this is pretty much the deciding battle of the game, since there is pretty much no Tiberium on the map. So it's all going to come down to this here. Who manages their units better? I'd strongly say that Unleashed UA has an advantage, since he does have the MCV here. He could place base defenses to kill the Hammerheads. He does not want to leave this base here. He has to stay here and defend. And just hope that KiMOsaBE makes a mistake or an error. But 3 battle bases for KiMOsaBE. Of course, the repair does not stack on the Marv. Only 1 repair drone can repair the Marv at a single given time. So it doesn't matter if you select this option here to repair them. The Marv will not work. And you can see their infantry being suppressed by the Juggernaut. And the Marv and the Redeemer has it recharged its Rage Generator. It has, and it looks like the Marv's going to take a swipe at this Juggernaut. Don't destroy that one there. Oh no, the Marv causing massive amount of damage to its own units. Another 2 Jugs going down there. But it looks like KiMOsaBE has deployed his MCV at the front and is going for a barracks. Probably going to try and recapture those Juggernaut houses as quickly as possible. That Redeemer barely managing to escape there. The Marv is veteran. And what has Unleashed got now to answer? He's going for an engineer, I suppose. Yes, he has done so. And 4 Juggernaut, 5 Juggernauts out for KiMOsaBE. He also has a construction yard here, so infantry is not going to be as effective for Unleashed, because he can just place a couple watchtowers down and make short work of them. 5 Juggernauts though, I think it's going to pretty much win the game for KiMOsaBE. I don't see Unleashed having any counter to this, especially as he has just lost his Juggernaut. But beam cannons being the only option for Unleashed UA. Only got 2 of them though, which is hardly effective. Those Juggernauts though have not, they're extremely vulnerable here. The Hammerheads, they do have a couple heroic rifleman squads inside of them, and one of them does anyways, and it's proving to be extremely vicious to those infantry. All the infantry being taken out, and the Redeemer is likely going to go down as well. KiMOsaBE, nice job in reclaiming these husks. It was probably a good idea moving the MCV there. If he hadn't done so, then probably Unleashed would have had a better chance of winning this game. And I would certainly not say he looked like to be in a winning position at the start, only having 1 ref compared to KiMOsaBE's 3 refineries. And the repair drones also healing up the Juggernauts to full strength. Well fortified position here for KiMOsaBE. At least he can hold this ground. Unleashed UA is pretty starved for cash at the moment. He's got nothing. It's 2 harvesters here. It looks like KiMOsaBE doing a nice job in long distance mining this field here. So he's leeching that extremely well. Could probably sell one of these refineries off. I know it's pretty insignificant, $500, but I don't know, actually no, that's probably not a good idea when I come to think of it, because if it comes to a base race, then those refs have got a ton of HP, and they can store your opponent for some time. Yeah, I've been contemplating whether or not it's worth selling refs. Why do people sell them? It's only $500. And this Marv here, I reckon it's safe to go and destroy the rest of Unleashed. I mean, he hasn't got much. He's only got 2 hands of nod. It looks like he doesn't even have a construction yard now. Just going to be a pure inf spam. That MCV should definitely be making a move towards Unleashed base. I wouldn't count my chickens just yet, KiMOsaBE. Just hold back a little bit here. Maybe just deploy another refinery. Has he only got 1 MCV or 2? I think it's just 2. He's even got the shockwave artillery fully recharged. So he's probably waiting for the Redeemer to come in close to the infantry so he can nail both at the same time. 2 birds with 1 stone. And there goes the shockwave artillery, but will he miss the Redeemer? You know he gets the Redeemer. Sometimes that tends to miss the Redeemer, especially when it's moving, which is kind of lame. The Marv is elite though, and that's going to be extremely deadly for Unleashed. Unleashed UA has nothing at the moment, and the Redeemer taken out easily by those jugs. And the Marv single-handedly probably could take out those infantry. You can sell the battle bases, by the way. They do give, they do refund you half the money, $1,000 I do believe it is, because rigs cost $2,000. And those hammerheads, excellent units. Surprisingly, he didn't have any shatterers like area of effect units to whittle down the infantry of Unleashed, but still, they did work out to be pretty good against infantry. Although we didn't see Unleashed pushing the infantry hardcore, he did go for the Redeemer and bikes and attack bikes. I bet his economy was pretty insignificant to KiMOsaBE's in this game. But it just goes to show how powerful Blackhand is. They can have a lot lower eco and still have an excellent chance of winning, which is one of my main gripes with the game, is that this faction is really, really, really overpowered. But still, I think it's an extremely enjoyable game to play, and I will surely miss it when the online service is gone. Actually, there's no word that it's gone, it's going for sure, but until then, I would not have any hopes that it will remain to be online. Anyways, we're on the stats now. Unleashed UA up and down, up and down. That's typical for Blackhand. KiMOsaBE pushing mainly hammerheads throughout that game. Worked out pretty well for him. The Marv and the Jug combination also is a good counter to the Redeemer. MCV push at the end turned out to be extremely effective for KiMOsaBE. And down to the resources, we see that KiMOsaBE was ahead, but only slightly. That's surprising, actually. But in the end, its eco advantage was pretty evident there. Gathering a lot more resources than Unleashed did. And they were actually even about halfway through the game, believe it or not. But KiMOsaBE coming out for the win there. Favorite unit for Unleashed, Militant Rocket Squad. That's pretty much the favorite unit for every Blackhand game. Show me one Blackhand game where the favorite unit is not the Militant Rocket Squad. I swear, you do it. And Unleashed UA, his eco was pretty bad actually. In the long run, he got 40,000 less than KiMOsaBE, which is significant actually. Towards the end of the game, where KiMOsaBE just had long distance, he was long distance harvesting that tib at the end, keeping him in the game. Anyways, this is Masterleaf, and if you thought the video was entertaining, then don't forget to like it. I have no promises of bringing many more videos, because just due to the fact that the game may not be it may not be there. But if it is there, then I will endeavor to bring much more content in the future. Peace out.